Hello guys, so today we're talking about Doggies, a counting and barking book by Sandra, Boynton. Probably butchered that, but anyways. So as the title suggests, it's a counting book where they count dogs one by one until they reach 10 dogs. And speaking of 10 dogs, let's talk about the visuals. So, as the title suggested, there are dogs throughout every single one of these pages. Every single one of them. And not only are there dogs in every single one of them, they're all different species or different breeds of dogs. This one looks kind of like a little Akita thing. This looks like a little beagle, maybe some Australian Shepherd or something. A little Pomeranian little thing, a Dachshund, maybe a West Highland Terrier. But as you can see, they're all different types of breeds. There's just no repeating breeds. They're all different, every single one of them. And with that, you can also see that they use a lot of colors throughout the entire book. There's no exactly a detailed background. They usually use solid colors for their backgrounds. So like, this purple, or like this yellow, or like this like salmon colors. But they usually use very little details for their background, just a single color, just to highlight, the characters. And throughout reading this book, there is something I did like, or a quote that I did like throughout this entire very simple, very cute book, which is in this page. 6 quiet dogs, which I forgot to mention. Whenever you say a number, there's a dog barking in every single one of them. Like right here, 3 dogs. So we have, one of them woof, 2 of them yap yap. This one's saying But just in this one page, just that one page, they're all quiet for some reason. None of them are saying a single word. And I like that quote, because not the dogs have to bark every single time. Sometimes they want to be quiet, and it's okay. And with this book, it's very simple. It's very cute with a lot of round characters, a lot of fictional characters, or a lot of disproportionate dog characters, because realistically speaking, dogs don't really look like this, right? Dogs don't look like this, but they're cute little visuals. Little kids, would like to see these doggies, like looking at these doggies, the little drawings. And I think it's very appropriate for the age group this is for, which again is for like little preschoolers, little kindergartners. It's very easy for them to read through it, especially because it has these big numbers that help them see, what number, the symbol for 2, the symbol for 3. And there's these books, these right here, 2 dogs, right? Very easy to find, where to read. Though a weakness I found within this book is that these dogs at the beginning, if they say, when they said, 1 dog, this dog said woof 1 time, right? 3 dogs, so this one says woof, this one says yap yap twice, 3 times. But after a time, the dogs stop barking the amount of, the number that they are. So, some of these dogs stop barking. Like this one says aroof, aroof, aroof 3 times, even though it's dog number 7. So instead of saying aroof 7 times, it only says it 3 times, which I can see it being confusing for little kids to think, oh, maybe 3 is the same as 7, which, they're still learning about counting. You don't know what physically a 3 or 7 looks like. So with that in mind, if they see a roof 3 times, they might think that might be the number 7. Let's see, but I think the language here, the language is very appropriate for kids. Again, very simple, very straight to the point about counting. You know, this is a 1, 2, you know, dogs, 1, 2, 3 dogs. I think it's very simple for, you know, for the age group, for their vocabulary. It helps them with counting, which again, that's what they're learning. They're still learning the concept of, you know, numbers. And, you know, they show them like, okay, so this is what 2 looks like because there's 2 dogs. This is what 3 looks like because there's 3 dogs. This is what 7 looks like. This is what 8 looks like. So I think it's very nice. And a lot of these dogs have little personalities with them too. So they see a little bit of personalities with them. You know, like with this one looking a little angry, you know, this one looking happy, this one looking a little confused. It shows a little emotions to the kids. So yeah, it's a very nice book, a very cute little fun book for little kids to read. Very simple to read with little nice images, cute little images for the kids. Lots of little dogs, breeds, everything very cute, very nice. And if I were to read this book in a classroom with little preschoolers, little kindergartners, I think some things we can do for this kid, some activities that we can do with this book is perhaps maybe doing some stations. All right, so maybe having a group of students, maybe color some of the dogs. So like we can print out some dogs, some images of dogs, and they can color it, and within the page we can say, you know, this is like 1 dog, so it has written, you know, the number 1 and dog. Or, you know, maybe another student might have 3 dogs, so somewhere in the page will say 3 dogs, and the kids are able to color those dogs, which, you know, will help solidify, you know, the idea of what 3 looks like, what 2 looks like, what 5 looks like. So yeah, you can have that. Maybe we can have a stack with like little cards. We have the number and then the amount of dogs. So say if there's a little card that says 1, and then there's a card that has 2 dogs and another card that has 1 dog, the child will have to know which 2 cards to put together and then show the teacher or show me, you know, what they think 1 looks like, or what symbol goes with what, you know, amount of dogs they think it is. Which again, you know, is something very simple, very easy, you know, for the kids to do. And I think it will be a nice fun activity, you know, because who doesn't like dogs? So yeah, so that is my review for the book Doggies. Hope you guys like it.